Hi, I'm out of focus already. Hi, it's Cara and today we're filming my anticipated releases video. So I was trying to do something like cool with my hair. I was like, alright, I'll like straighten it and wear it out. And then I realized I'm literally like, the house is so muggy that I just couldn't handle my hair out. So we're in my classic up pony, as always. Trying to be creative and it just wasn't happening. So we're here to do my anticipated releases. But I opened my laptop with all my release dates. There are far too many books I'm excited about coming out in March. Most of these I definitely will not pick up a physical copy of. I'll probably pick most of them up on audiobook over time. I'm hoping Scribd gets a lot of them. But I will let you know what kind of ones I'm going to be buying physically because I've already pre-ordered a bunch. But like, it's like less than half of the whole overall set, even though it feels like a lot. So let's get started. So first off this month, actually, you know what? We should make a little spot for him. Hey, there you go. Apparently I was already out of space on my camera, so the angle might be a bit different because I had to do some convenient switching. But first off, we have Empress Fortune by GENEVIEVE. This is a Vietnamese. I didn't prepare well for this. This is an Asian, it just says Asian period drama. With the heart of an outward tale and the visuals of a classic Asian period drama. This is a Tor short story, like the Tor novellas. And I am so excited about it. So high fantasy and a thrilling indictment of monarchy. I don't know, this just screams to me on all kinds of levels, and I'm obsessed with Tor novellas at the moment. They just bring out some of the best shit. I lost track of what day that comes out. At the end of the month sometime. On March 17th, we have The House on the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune. This is also a Tor book, but I think it's a full book, not a novella. This is, yes, he's a caseworker at the department in charge of magical youth, which like Jessie and Linda are both social workers, and it just like got my mind spinning with all kinds of cool ideas. Like that just sounds so good. He's got to go sort out an orphanage. I don't know. This is so appealing to me. Currently I have it set to get from Audible, but the more I read about it, the more I kind of want to buy it. So I haven't pre-ordered this one yet, but you might see me do it in the near future. Then we have on March 3rd, Salty Bitter. These are not in publication order, by the way, they're just in the order I have them on my computer, which is always the case for my anticipated reads videos. Next up we have Salty Bitter Sweet by Myra Cuevas. This is a Cuban story and it has a food component. It's a YA contemporary own voices novel. A Latina main character who is trilingual, inspired by the author's relationship with food and family. I'm very keen to read this. I definitely have this on my Audible wish list. So I'll probably listen to this one on audiobook. I have heard some people DNF it because of a couple of reasons, so I'm a little bit hesitant, but it still sounds really good, so we'll see. Then we have on March 17th, which is a big date apparently, we have Super Adjacent by Crystal Sestari. So this is featuring it kind of reminds me of Taylor Simmons' book about superheroes. So it's a world where superheroes are like everywhere. It's queer. I think there's a female-female relationship, and there's like the people that are not heroes but like live near the heroes. Yeah, I'm very excited about this one. On March 3rd we have The Midnight Lie by Marie Rutkowski. I'm a bit hesitant about this. Obviously I really enjoyed the Winter's Curse trilogy when I read it, but I can definitely see how it's really problematic. Features of slavery is a weird concept to get around, and how it's handled definitely is probably not the best. Probably. But this features a female-female romance. I think the dynamic is very different, though I believe it might be set in the same universe. I'm not 100% sure. But I've heard some amazing things from some queer readers that I really want to see how it goes. I'm going in a little skeptical. I'm trying to be critical, but I am excited to read it, mainly for its queer content. And this cover is gorgeous. The Seven Endless Forests by April Genevieve TUCHOKE. This is, or TUCHOKE. This is a companion book to The Boneless Mercies, which I didn't like. But this has so many components of things that I think I will really like. So it's a retelling of the King Arthur legend. Got me there. There's plagues. Lots of things. And it comes out March 31st. I haven't pre-ordered this one yet, but we will see. I kind of want to wait and see what people think about it, I think. Because yeah, I didn't enjoy The Boneless Mercies. It really just felt like it didn't go anywhere. But I don't know. Maybe this one will do better. One I have pre-ordered, we have Witches of Ash and Ruin by E. Latimer. This also comes out 3rd of March. And this is a modern witchcraft with Celtic mythology, and it's queer. It's kind of all I needed. I'm so excited for it. I've pre-ordered this one. Also on March 3rd, we have The June Boys by Courtney C. Stevens, or Court Stevens. This is their new release that is very different from the other one, I believe. Just Goes for Small Towns seems very like contemporary. This one is more of a thriller. A whole bunch of boys go missing each year by the Gemini thief, and then they can't get brought back every June. But this time one of the boys is not brought back or is killed. I don't know the exact details, but I am very curious. It's got my interest. I've pre-ordered this one. Next up we have an anthology, so I am going to get this out for my library because I learnt a while ago that I shouldn't buy anthologies. I end up just not wanting them on my shelf for weird reasons. If I buy them, I never read them, so I need to get them out for my library so I have a deadline to read them. So this one's A Phoenix First Must Burn, which is edited by Patricia Caldwell, and it's a Black Girl Magic anthology. And it has some great authors. Charlotte Davis, who I read from recently, Samaya Dowd, Danielle Clayton, Marie, Elizabeth Acevedo, and it comes out March 10th, so it's all about Black Girl Magic, and I'm very excited. It has a beautiful cover. Next up we have When We Were Magic by Sarah Gailey. This also comes out March 3rd. March 3rd is the big release date, guys. If you didn't know that already, everything's coming out March 3rd. This is by the author of Magic for Lies, which I absolutely loved, and Upright Women Wanted, which I just read and absolutely loved. This is a YA, their YA debut. And so there's 6 teens whose magic goes wildly awry. And I'm pretty sure it starts off with them accidentally killing a guy. Love it. So it is a girl gang magic. Love Sarah Gailey. Also on March 3rd we have Wicked As You Wish by Rin CHUPECO. This is their first in a new series called 100 Names for Magic. You know what, we're changing up the tripod a bit because I was having some trouble. This is the first in 100 Names for Magic, which is a western kind of, well, it's set in Arizona, but these people have, I don't understand the plot. I'll read it to you. Charlotte Warnock has little use for magic. As a descendant of Maria Macaling, the legendary Filipina heroine, she negates spells, often by accident. But her family's old ties to the country of Avalon, frozen, bespelled, and unreachable for almost 12 years, soon find Slim guarding its last prince from those who use his kingdom's magic for insidious ends. It's set in Arizona, and so it's a modern fantasy. I don't really understand how it's all going to come together, but I do have this saved to my Audible wish list. The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin, which is the first book in a new series by her, comes out March 24th. This is kind of a continuation of a short story that was in the How Long Till Black Future Month anthology. and I liked it, but it was hard to comprehend in the short story format. So I'm interested to see within the larger scope of a full novel how much I enjoy the world. And it's a New York where the magic pulses through the city and 5 New Yorkers come together to defend it. Yes, I love N.K. Jemisin and I just want to read more and more of her stuff. Also on March 3rd comes out The Kingdom of Back by Marie Lu. This is Marie Lu's newest release. Why do I keep saying that? This is a new book from Marie Lu that focuses on, it's a historical fantasy that is following the sister of Beethoven. 2 siblings, 2 brilliant talents, only 1 Mozart. So it is a historical fiction and it's based on the real letters from Mozart. Yeah, this is also pre-ordered. I'm excited for it. Then a couple of obvious ones that both come out March 3rd. We have House of Earth and Blood, book 1 in the Crescent City series by Sarah J Maas. I wasn't originally going to read this when it first got announced. I was like, and the ends of the last 2 series, like, I didn't love. They were all right, but I didn't love them. I find Sarah J Maas tends to peak somewhere around like the first couple of books in a series, and then I lose investment in the series as it goes on, whereas I feel like other people gain investment in series. But then I found out that this has a murder mystery element, and murder mystery fantasy is like a niche love for me. So hold up, we're reading this 800 page behemoth. We're doing it. We're gonna do it. Also on March 3rd is Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare. This is the first in her new trilogy that is a direct follow-on from the Infernal Devices trilogy. Like, it's their kids. So you do need to read a lot of the Shadowhunter world really to understand this. As far as I'm aware, that you could start off from where it is, but you'd feel like you missed out on a lot of stuff. Technically the plot is standalone, but the characters are not. That makes sense. So I'm definitely keen to read this. I'm fully up to date on the Shadowhunter world, so I'm not concerned. I'm really excited to read it. Yeah. Another book that I will probably pre-order super soon, but I hadn't ordered yet, was Docile by K.M. Esparza. I hadn't decided for a while if I was going to read this, but the more I learn about it, the more I want to, and everyone keeps raving about it. So this is a science fiction dystopian about debt, where and the debt crisis, where people can sell up their debt by taking some time in slavery. I read a fan fiction a long time ago. It was called Definition, and I adored that. It also has this like slavery for like societal reasons. So in that case, it could either be you needed to pay off debt, or you could have been like a deviant, which is why the main character was in slavery. But this has a lot of similar themes, I think, to that. And it says, to be docile is to be kept body and soul for the use of the owner of your contract. To be a docile is to forget, to disappear, to hide inside your body from the horrors of your service. And I think it ends up being like a queer erotic romance element. I don't know, but I think I'm gonna pre-order that also. Then we have, and that also comes out March 3rd, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And then also March 3rd, we have The Vanishing Deep by Astrid Schuldt. I didn't like Four Dead Queens that much, but there were some things I really enjoyed about it. But overall, I thought it was like lacking some craft. But the plot of this really got me. So this is a sci-fi, and people can be revived from the dead for a day for a cost. So it's in this waterlogged world where all the cities have been like lost underwater. And our main character, Tempe, is going to collect stuff from underwater cities to sell to make money to revive her sister for a day. And her sister was charged, like died, but was accused of killing their parents. So she's trying to revive her sister to get answers, but her sister's like, fuck you, I want to do stuff. And she's like, no, I didn't do it. So it's a murder mystery with this sci-fi element in this waterlogged world, and I think it could be amazing. The premise has the opportunity to be amazing, and there were stuff I really enjoyed about Four Dead Queens. It just also had some other stuff I was like, I think it lacked in world building, and it was a little bit info dumpy when it was doing some world building. but I think this could be really good. Another book I think I would get on audio is Mermaid Moon by Susan Kokol. This also comes out March 3rd. And it's a mermaid book, obviously. Oh my god, it's the author of The Kingdom of Little Wounds. I knew I recognized the author before. I loved The Kingdom of Little Wounds, and I always forget it existed because I borrowed it out from the library. But I loved that book. That was a tuberculosis plague retelling in like a medieval setting. It was so good. And this is her new story that's about mermaids. I don't really know the actual plot, but mermaids. I can't believe I didn't realize that was the same author. I was literally thinking of that book the other day. Yeah, I gave it 5 stars. That book was amazing. So as a young seamstress and a royal nursemaid find themselves at the center of an epic power struggle. It was her debut. It was a Scandinavian. There was a whole lot of plague stuff. Oh my god, it was so good. Actually, no, it was like syphilis. It was a sexually transmitted thing, and they were all denying it. That's right, it was like syphilis. Then another book I've pre-ordered also comes out. No, it doesn't also. It comes out March 31st. This is Hex by Rebecca Dinnerstein Knight. This appealed to me on so many levels. I saw it recommended on Rihanna from Crescent Book Reads channel, and it's about Nell, an expelled PhD candidate in biology. Love that. Exploring the fine line between poison and antidote. Working alone to set a speed record for the detoxification of poisonous plants. And I think it's a female romance? Vaguely? There's university shit. Love it. Poisonous stuff. But I think she's like in love with her supervisor, but like in a complex way. Ugh, it looks so good. Then we have Anna K by Jenny Lee, which I've also pre-ordered. This is a retelling of Anna Karenina, and in the modern time, but also mixed with Gossip Girl, apparently. This comes out March 3rd. And it is, yeah. It's an Anna Karenina retelling. What more can I tell you? It looks so good. With an Asian main character. We have 8 Perfect Murders, which also comes out March 3rd. And this is a suspense psychological thriller where a bookseller compiled a list of the world's most unsolvable murders from fiction, and then someone is killing people based on the list. I swear this has been a movie before. But like it features some of the stuff like Strangers on a Train, A Secret History, a whole bunch of different like top murders, and yeah, someone's killing based on them. Maybe it was an episode of Castle that I feel like this is reminding me about. It really reminds me of an episode of, like the whole premise of like the pilot of Castle. And then we have We Are the Wildcats by Siobhan Vivian. This comes out March 31st. I'll probably listen to the audiobook of this if I can get my hands on it. And it says, a toxic coach finds himself outplayed by the high school girls on his team in this deeply suspenseful novel, which unspools over 24 hours through 6 diverse perspectives. It's nuts because this cover looks like a fun contemporary, and then it's a suspenseful thriller dealing with like abusive coaches. Love it. We have Bone Cryer's Moon by Catherine Purdy that also comes out March 3rd. This I'm definitely going to listen to on audiobook, and it's about the bone criers who ferry the dead. No, they keep the dead from preying on the living, and they ferry them into the underworld. But they have to, their first love or their one true love dies, or they have to kill their one true love, something like that. Start of a series. I'm gonna pick this up on audiobook. Then we have Only Mostly Devastated by Sophie Gonzalez. This also comes out March 3rd, and it's a Grease retelling with a male-male romance in the forefront. I've heard some mixed things about this, but some people have been absolutely loving it, and I'm really excited. Sophie Gonzalez is based in Australia, but she is Latinx, I think. And this is set in the US, but she is based in Australia. And we follow Will and Ollie. Yeah, they have a summer fling, and it was meant to just be a summer fling, and then it's got the Grease element. You feel, I'm so excited. The guy at my bookstore who does all my special orders for me, and he's always there helping me out, I think he's one of the managers, or at least like senior staff. He's probably my age-ish, and he's obsessed with this. I think he read, he might have had an arc for it. and he was raving about it to me, so that makes me very excited. Thanks, Matt, you the best. I also have on this list Thorn by Intisar Kanani, sorry. And this is the first in a new series called Dauntless Path. A princess with two futures, a destiny all her own. So there's a cruel family. She's betrothed to the powerful prince. And then a sorceress robs her of identity and her role as a princess. And she becomes a goose girl. I think it's a goose girl retelling. This sounds really good. It also comes out, it comes out March 24th from Hotkey, and I'm also going to try and get this one on audiobook. If These Wings Could Fly by Kiri McCauley is a, also comes out on March 3rd and is a fabulism. It says, for fans of Laura Ruby, Laura House Anderson, and Mindy McGuinness, it's a debut. It focuses around domestic violence and sisterhood and first love, and a whole bunch of birds the crows all come to the town, and it sets off a whole lot of things. I am very keen for that. It's saved on my Amazon, my Audible wishlist. Also, something I'm planning on reading on audiobook, we have When You Were Everything by Ashley Woodfolk. This is a friendship breakup story featuring black leads of both main characters. There's a then and now retelling. This reminds me a lot of like the black version of what was the one I read just recently? That's the last 5 years retelling. I'm blanking. But this reminds me a lot of the same kind of breakup, the friendship breakup deal that was in that, but featuring black protagonists. I'm interested to see how that changes things. But it says you can't rewrite the past, but you can always choose to start again. So it is a friendship breakup. Then we have Darling Rose Gold by Stephanie Roble. This is a thriller focusing on, or inspired by the Gypsy Rose Blanchard famous 2005 proxy case. I'm kind of getting like, can we stop calling all the characters Rose? Like, it's too on the nose. But this is kind of talking about if after everything was sorted out and she's now living independently, and her mum's, or the grandmother, the mother, I think it's the mother, serves her years in prison and then begs her daughter to take her in, and the daughter's like getting revenge, I think. I haven't decided. I really kind of want to pre-order it. I might do it. I might do it. It also comes out on March 17th. And then finally we have Be Not Far From Me by Mindy McGuinness. This is also comes out on March 3rd and is a survivalist story. I think they're lost in the woods. I've really loved what I've read previously from Mindy McGuinness, especially The Female of the Species. So this really, I hope is really good. I hope it's really good. I'm trying to find it on audiobook, I think. But we'll see what happens. So those are all the books I'm planning to, or that I'm anticipating for the month of March. It's a huge list. Yeah, it is. Let me know if you're excited for any of these, or if there's anything you think I might have missed. And otherwise, I'll see you soon with another video. Bye!